Hey there, everybody. How's it going today? Texas Redleg here. Just want to take a minute to say thank you to all my subscribers and the comments from certain people. I appreciate that. It helps a lot. And of course, any advice you have, I'm glad to take it on any subject matter. That's what this is all about: is education and preparation. Um, Today, I wanted to talk about organization. It's important that you have your preps stored in an organized fashion. You know, uh, for most preppers, that's probably not an issue at all. They've got things in bins or shelves at home and labeled accordingly, expiration dates, this and that. And so, break it up into categories, your lighting, cooking, first aid, clothing, ammunition, weapons, that kind of stuff. Have it sort of organized and grouped. Um, Obviously, if you have your guns in a gun safe or whatever, it's it doesn't really apply to that. But ammunition, magazines, things like that. You need to kind of have organized where if something were to happen, number one, you know where everything is. You can find it in the dark. It's not a problem. You know where everything's at, how it's labeled. And two, if you have to, vacate or evacuate your area for whatever reason, it could be storm related. It could be, uh, you know, rioting. It could be in any number of things. So it's a good posture to be in with regards to organization. And from every one of those little bins or big bins or boxes or duffel bags or whatever you have stuff stored in and labeled as, create a smaller, type of shoulder bag or go bag or bug out bag with supply, samples of all those big bins. So you've got one to throw on your back if you have to, and then you've of course got your bigger supply of items should it be necessary to load them in a vehicle and evacuate. And it brings me to another point. If you just drive a small car and you don't have a pickup or a van or an RV or anything, you're going to have to be careful how you package things. And if you drive a Prius, you've only got so much room that you can load stuff up and get out with. So take that into consideration. Your vehicle, the type of vehicle, how far do you have to go? Do you have a plan to go somewhere? Where is it? Blah blah blah. So it's important that we stay, tuned in to what reality is in our situations personally. So I have a pickup, so I have a lot of room. So, um, you know, it's not a problem for me. I've got everything planned out. I've actually backed into the garage and, done a dry load of everything. Like I'm going to take off and everything fits fine for what I really have to have. Now, I can't obviously take all my stuff, but the items that I've got prepped and boxed and prepared, ready to go are fashioned in a way where I can load all that I need in my vehicle and go. And it's not a problem. I've got some interior areas that I hide things in, and of course the bed of the truck as well. And the toolbox holds a lot of the automotive tools and like a full size shovel I've got in there, and an axe, things like that. So pickups have their advantages. Vans do too. RVs, but some people don't have that luxury. So if you're driving a small little sedan or something, just be prepared to condense your items down to where they'll fit, and you can get out if it came to that. So again, organization's huge. You know, you don't want to be scratching your head going, oh crap, what am I going to do now? I've got all this stuff, it's not put together, it's scattered everywhere. You want to be done with that, and you want to have peace of mind knowing that you're squared away, whether you're at home or if you have to leave. You've got the same situation. You're prepared. You're safe. No worries, no panic. That's what prepping's about. Is no worries, no panic. Uh, use of self-discipline and good common sense will get you a long way in these times. I think. Um, this thing is setting up to go any direction here. I think regardless of the election outcome, I think there's going to be problems. I would not let up on my prepping right now. I would keep it going. I would double down, so to speak, on items that are hard to get generally in times of panic. I would keep at it. I would be balanced in my approach. Again, don't get too overloaded on one thing or the other. In my opinion, it's good to stay balanced. And everybody talks about guns and ammunition and this and that, and that's great. We all need it. But you also need other means to gather. So like fishing equipment, like they make these little telescoping fishing rods, that are so small they can fit in your glove box. You can get a little package of lures or hooks or weights or bobbers, just a little package of like a panfish kit. They have this stuff that's so small. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Just buy it you can get a whole setup for like $20. It's simple. And you've got a way to catch fish, and there's, of course, you can go way deep into the fishing stuff, but that's one of the other preps that a lot of people don't talk about very much is, being able to catch fish and not just hunt, but catch fish on a regular basis. That's a source of protein that it would be handy if it were to come to that. So get your stuff all together. I'm sure most of you are already at that point, but don't waste time. If it's a rainy day and you're stuck inside, it's a good time to go through your preps. Turn the TV off, put some music on, and go through your stuff and make sure it's straight, because we never know. But there's a lot of signs out there pointing us in a pretty chaotic way right now. I mean, I just worry that something's going to go down. I don't necessarily worry, but I worry for a lot of people that aren't prepared and refuse to believe that there's issues going on or it won't happen to them or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of people that feel that way. So anyway, not to get off the trail here, but organization, condensing, keeping your preps all in one area where you know where they're at. You can load them and go, or get to them if you need to at home. I mean, those are huge things that a lot of people overlook. And I think a lot of us get a little bit crazy with the amount of stuff that we get. Not necessarily ammunition and magazines and weapons, but just various things that might expire, like food items. If you're not going to turn that stuff over and go through it and use it, it's just going to expire and you're going to waste money on it. So you got to go through that stuff and make sure you're consuming the things that are about to expire and then replenishing the stock behind it. So anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Please leave comments. I'm always willing to take constructive criticism. So long live the Republic. Be safe out there.